Good morning and happy Wednesday. It's time for our Facebook Live. This is Carrie from Stamp with CT. And if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching the replay. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And then be sure to hit that bell icon so that you get notifications whenever I upload a new video. And those of you watching the replay on Facebook, thanks so much. Good morning. I've got a couple friends joining me. I'm so glad that you're here. I have a fun project for you today. It's a new fold that I'd not seen before, so I'm excited to share that with you. Very glad you're here. Can y'all believe that July is almost over? I can't. This is just, it's just flying right by. So we'll give just a second to see if anybody else can pop on and join us live. Like I said, I'm so glad that you're here. And we will spend just a few minutes crafting. I'm very glad y'all are here. Okay. So we are doing, like I said, something a little bit different, using a little bit different color scheme than what I normally would, and a little bit different fold. I'd never seen this belt fold before. So this pulls out and it opens up like this. I love that we're able to use a couple different pieces of designer series paper in making this card, and it's pretty simple, but you could really step it up a lot if you wanted to. But we're going to do the simple version today. I like to just spend a few minutes with you. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, and I like to present projects to you that anybody can recreate. And I will post measurements for this. Once the video's over, I'll go in and edit that. So if you want to recreate it, and if you ever recreate one of the projects I show, I would love for you to share that with us. So feel free to take a picture of a project that you make and put it in the comments. Okay, let me show you just a few things that we're using today to make this little card. First up is the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper. Now this is in the annual catalog, and it is filled with so many colors. So this is a really neat package of paper that you can do so much with. And it's nice and bright. And I love, love, love the colors. So isn't that pretty? You've got so many options. And you know, in the catalog and on the back of your paper, it shows you what colors are used in the designer series paper. So you can pull those colors out for your layers, for your mats, for your card base. That makes it so easy. Then I love this Massive Thanks stamp set. And I know you've seen me use this thank you sentiment before. I love that little font. But I was kind of inspired that I wanted to make a thank you card this week, and I saw this little sentiment, and it's super cute, and it says the message on the cover may not appear. Let me look at the stamp. I'm having trouble seeing that with the glare. Okay, message on the cover may appear smaller than actual gratitude. So isn't that cute? So this is our stamp set we're using. Then also, let me bring in the dies that I'm using. You know, we've got layering circles, layering squares, we've got the stitch shapes, and then we've got these layering ovals. And I don't pull these out very often, but there was definitely a reason that I wanted to use the ovals this time, and that's because you cut that notch. I don't know if you saw it when I opened it, but we'll show you in a minute. You want to be sure to cover that notch so the oval is perfect. And again, you have so many sizes of the scalloped and regular ovals, and they pair perfectly together. So this is another great set to have in your craft room. Let's see, I'll also show you the little metallic edge ribbon. This comes in either white with silver edge or very vanilla with gold edge. And it's been in our catalog for a couple years. It's so versatile. It's easy to use and tie a bow. So I grabbed it to give us a little bit of an accent. And I think that's it. We're going to be stamping with Bermuda Bay. We are using a Granny Apple Green card base. That's why I say this is not a typical color scheme that I would use. It's really bright and fun. I've been enjoying using bright, fun colors. So Granny Apple Green, and I will tell you this is 8.5. So you see, you would get a couple of these from a sheet of cardstock. And then, like I said, I'll give you score and measurements. I'll just type those up for you in a bit. We're using a couple pieces of the Designer Series paper. And then we've got that little belt mechanism. And then we've got a piece to stamp for the inside. And then we've also got our layers for the outside. So not a lot of supplies needed. It comes together really quickly. And we'll go ahead and start by putting our Designer Series paper on the front here. And I kind of want to see, I think I like it better with this little bit of white up at the top. So of course I'm using my liquid glue. You know I love that liquid glue. I hope y'all are having a great week. It has been really busy here. Like I said, I can't believe it's the end of July. August 4th, our new catalog, our mini catalog for August through December launches. And that's our holiday catalog. So let me know if you need one, if you don't already have one, or if you don't have a demonstrator that you work with. I'd love to send you one. And then next we're going to put this piece on, but we want to put the mechanism on first. So I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue, or actually quite a lot of liquid glue, since there's some movement with this card. And I'm just going to come in. I want to kind of center that though. I've got that a little bit low. Let me move it down. Anyway, we've got that new catalog launching. I'm having a launch party in my VIP group. So I'll put the link to that too if you'd like to be part of that launch party. That's on the 8th, Saturday the 8th, starting at 9 a.m. Okay, so we want to put that on first before we adhere it down to the card base, okay? And I'm going to put just a little bit of extra glue, a little more than I normally would on this, again, because that has some movement to it. We want to make sure that it stays exactly where we want it. That would not be good. Send a card to somebody and it not stay together. I like that you have that little bit of border. Isn't Granny Apple Green fun? It's a really pretty bright green. We'll let that dry for a second. So we're already heading, just really going right along here. So you do have Night of Navy and then also Bermuda Bay mixed with the white and the Granny Apple Green. There's also Garden Green in this paper. This is kind of an interesting paper because each piece is going to look a little bit different. So you can see this one has more white to it. It's a little bit lighter, but very, very pretty paper. Okay, let's do a little bit of stamping right quick. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat just because it's a little easier for me to see. It's not white on white then when I'm doing my stamping. And we'll bring in this layer too. We'll just get that stamping out of the way. So I've got that super cute little thank you. Got my Bermuda Bay. Let's see how I do stamping this morning. I've had my coffee, been up for a while, should do good. But you know I have that light and stuff up above me, so, oops. Pretty good, guys. Move that out of the way. And then let me find the other stamp. So cute. Message on the cover may appear smaller than actual gratitude. And now you don't have a lot of room to write inside this card, but you could certainly add an extra white panel if you wanted to. Could even put a panel of white on the back if you needed to write a lot, if you had a group giving a thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and put this inside piece where it belongs in here. We're clipping right along, guys. And we'll just give just a little bit of a border around. Okay. So next up is going to use that classic label punch, and we're going to come in and make the little notch. So this is a little bit forgiving, and if you don't have this punch, I really recommend it. There's a lot of very small greetings that you can actually punch out with this. If you want to make a couple different types of fun fold cards, you can make like the spinner cards using this, where things move back and forth. There's just a lot that you can do with this punch. It's one that I use quite a bit, so I highly recommend this one. So we are going to come in, and we kind of want to follow our belt. So we're really kind of just centering this, and that little stripe's going to help me, I think, too. So we're coming in a little bit onto the designer series paper to put that notch in. I just want to make sure I've got it centered up pretty good. I go in just a little bit further. Get rid of that. So now we've got that little notch that our belt will go through. If I lined it up good. And if I didn't, then I can fix that, y'all. Now, did I go too far? Let's see. Yep, we're gonna have to maybe open that hole up just a little bit. So this is what I was talking about, that's a little bit forgiving and why we want the oval. So I'm gonna come back in and take just a little bit more off the right side, and then just a little bit more, I think, from the left side as well. I hope you can see that okay. Just a tiny, tiny bit. And I think that that will help. Yes, now our belt tucks in there perfectly. And get that punch out of the way. So now what we want to do, you know, I love our dimensionals, and we have two different sizes. So we're going to take a couple of the mini dimensionals, and we're going to put them on either side of the notch that we just punched. So see, that's not super pretty under there, but that's okay. It's not gonna matter. Nobody's gonna see that because this is going to hide it. That's why we need that extra long oval. See if I can get the backings off there. Same thing here. And then what I did was went in with just a piece of the edge of the dimensional. This little skinny edge. So I don't know if you are aware of this, but you can cut these edges or tear these edges so that you don't waste anything on the dimensionals. And we're going to put it over here, and that way our oval can stick down to that. So I think we're pretty much ready to put this oval on and cover up all that that's not so pretty. And I think it's fine on the inside. It looks fine on the inside. I'm not worried about that. We should be able now to tuck our belt in. Perfect. And we just need to put our sentiment on. A little bit of glue for that as well. So see how easy that is, y'all? And it is really cute. Let me make sure I can get this lined up. A little bit of that scalloped border all the way around. I think that looks pretty good. You might be able to hear the cicadas outside. That's how you know it's summer in Texas, right? Look how cute. I love it. Okay, let's put our ribbon on that little belt. And I cannot wait to hear what y'all think about this. I thought it was really fun. And I have, I'm participating in a demonstrator card swap for the holiday catalog. So I really think I'm going to use this fold to do my swap with some holiday product. I got to thinking how cute that would be to make it look like Santa's belt. That would be darling. Okay, let's get a bow going here. Like I said, this ribbon is really easy to work with. And y'all know I generally make my bow bigger than what it needs to be. I may have pulled it too much. Let's try that again. Bows can be hard, but I generally make my loops bigger than what they need to be, and then I can go back in and kind of adjust it. That one's way big. I promise y'all it's easy to use. I just have old arthritic fingers from years of being a nurse and giving shots. But we're gonna get it. We're gonna have a cute bow on this card, you guys. Come on, there we go. So I make those loops bigger and then I can go back in and adjust things. And I do work with my ribbon attached to the bolt just because it conserves your ribbon a little bit. You know, I hate that if I cut off ribbon and I don't cut enough, or I cut way too much and then I waste. So I generally work from the bolt. See if I can snip those ends. Now this one is turned a little bit different, but I think it still looks really cute. Yeah, and you could definitely, you can move this where you want it for one thing, but you could definitely go in and put a glue dot under there if you get your bow situated, you know, with the tails down. If you want it a certain way, you could go in with a glue dot underneath there. So let's tuck that little belt back in, and I will bring our original card in to show you that we recreated it. It turned out really cute. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this fun fold. I thought it was really a neat idea, and again, something that I've never seen before. So I hope that we learned something today together. And if you need any help, let me know. I'll put those measurements up like I promised. If you are looking for supplies, Stampin' Up! Supplies, I would appreciate your business. You can shop in my online store 24/7. And if you need a holiday catalog, let me know. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. And I would love for you to meet me back next Wednesday to stamp and connect a little bit. Thank you.